So let me talk about some other technologies from a social media standpoint, other than kind of the majors, right? Here are some upstart companies that I think you should know about. Now it happens I'm invested in some or they're friends of mine, but they're cool companies. Right, so that's the sales pitch disclaimer, but they're cool companies. Creative Allies, think about if you're a new company and you want to design a logo. And you go to a local design agency and they say it's going to be $5,000 to design a logo and a treatment and design for your site. What if you could go to Creative Allies and pay $500 to $1,000? They put your project into a crowdsourced community of over 100,000 content developers, and you get 50 to 100 design concepts back for you to pick from. So you get the power of a design agency crowdsourced at a price that every business owner can afford. And you get to pick the designer that you work with to get the finished product. It's super cool. They're doing projects with, one of the big ones that they just won is the NFL, National Football League, is going through their 100th anniversary. That's upcoming. Creative Allies is going to be one of the creative partners to do some projects with the NFL. It's a very small company in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's led by an African-American female. She's doing amazing, but what a great concept, what a great story. And they're working with big companies, small companies, all in large. They basically can create you a marketing team on tap. And they can do it in a dynamic way. So let's say you need to build a website or you need a marketing campaign. They can build you a content person, a marketing person, a web development person. You'll pay one flat fee. They'll work on your project for 30, 60, 90 days. When you're happy, you pay the balance of the bill. Jewelbug is a company that was launched by my best friend, mentor. His name is Grant Willard. And basically, it is a gamification platform. So think about if you have a little bit larger company and you're thinking about things to create employee morale and different things in your workplace. You can basically create a system to where your employees, your students, your coworkers can earn badges for behaviors that you want to encourage. Right? So if it is sustainability and you're wanting to save electricity, right, you get a point if you turn your light off. You get a point if you use a washable glass instead of something that has to be recycled. If it's health and wellness, right? Somebody, if you walked a mile, you get 2 points, right? If you didn't eat any cookies, candy, or cake, right? Which are the 3 C's that crushed me, right? Cookies, candy, cake, right? Like, there's all these weight loss programs, right? But if I eliminate the 3 C's, like I'm doing better, right? And because I love cookies and candy and cake. And so those were my issues, you know what I mean? Everything else was fine. But anyway, Jewelbug, you can create and private label your own digital contest. It's an app that shows up on your phone. You can keep score. You can have a contest. It's pretty amazing, right? Proposa, you guys should all jump on. And I think at the end of the presentation, I have a coupon code for Proposa. This is a company that I recently invested in and a friend of mine launched. His name's Brian. It gives you the ability, has anybody ever done presentations on PowerPoint or Keynote or different things and pitches to clients and different things? All good stuff, we all do them. Proposa gives you the ability to do that in a digital form, and when your client opens it, you get notified. You find out how long they were on each particular page. You get a heat map on that. You have an inline chat so you can communicate back and forth with your customer. How cool would it be when you send out 20 proposals, you know who opened your proposals and when? It's very cool. Very, very cool. I was on the phone with a client and I was walking through their Proposa and they had it online and they were going through it. And they were like, Don, I really like this. Let's go to page 2. Let's get to the fee schedule. And they said, listen, I love the proposal. I've got a couple of concerns about line 21. I think that price is a little hot. And I went in real time online and changed the price. I said, what are you talking about? And the lady at the other end of the phone, I said, just reread that page. She said, what kind of magic are you doing? It gives you the ability to dynamically alter the proposal because in business, and I'm just going to give you some business advice, I don't negotiate with people. I have conversations about fees. I just talk to people about what's right. If you want me to work for free, then we probably shouldn't do business together, but it doesn't need to be a negotiation. I have a conversation about fee structure and I want you to get great value. If you get great value, you're not going to be concerned with what I charge, but I've got to demonstrate great value. So I usually talk to my clients before I submit something formally in pricing. That's just business advice. And then I talk through it with them. So if they have an allergic reaction, I can see it, I can hear it, I can feel it, and then I can address it as appropriate. If I send something to somebody blindly, I don't really know that reaction. I'm only guessing. And then I lose more deals than I win. Right? And so that's just a little business tip in terms of growing your business and thinking about things. But Proposify helps you with that digital tether. And again, we'll have a coupon code, and that'll be our gift to you. And there's a free version also, so you can go play with it, try it. Your best companies on social, on digital, are going to give you the ability to try it before you buy it. Spoke Hub, I talked about a little bit ago. Let's say you're a part of an organization and there's 1,000 people. Let's say it's a fraternity. Let's say it's a women's club. Let's say it's your PTA. Let's say that your kid is in high-end sports and they're at AAU league. There's lots of organizations we're a part of, and we all got to talk to each other and communicate with each other. We got to update each other, right? What if you had all the power of a social network, but it was private just for your organization, and nobody was selling your data without your permission? This startup raised a couple of $1 million from investors. I just joined as their executive chairman, but Spoke Hub gives you the ability to create a private social network for your organization, your brand, and skin it based on your marketing palette. So it looks as if your business can do video like YouTube, can do chat like Twitter, can create communities like Facebook. You can use it for churches, universities, businesses. It's rock star cool. Like, it's really, really good. And we're really proud of it. So those are just some other technologies in the social digital space that can help your business grow, that can give you that look and feel of being larger than life. Right? Just because you have 2 people in your company doesn't mean you need to look like it. You can present yourself as a professional, world-class organization, independent of number of people. It's about the quality and the depth of your work. Let's talk about personal branding, you as an individual, you as an entrepreneur. People buy and do business with you. So that means you've got to spend time on your personal brand. Now, do you have to have a really expensive photo shoot, go buy a bunch of new clothes? That's not what I mean. You can do all those things, but that's not what I mean. Your personal brand is back to the story about you, why you're in business, why we should trust you, and why you can help me. You need to make sure that story is told in a powerful and a compelling way. Here's the thing, I was talking with my friend David, and he runs a video production business, and we've partnered together for a long time. And we were just talking shop on the way up about entrepreneur ideas and things we've learned along the way. And one of the things I thought about is this. You know anybody that's ever gotten a personal trainer? So people get a personal trainer for their health. People get a golf coach, right, to help them with their golf game. Right? Obviously, people will pay millions of dollars to help their kids get into college. To educational consultants. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. That's wrong, that's rude, but timely and accurate. Right? But people will pay money for a goal that they want to achieve, right? They'll invest in that coaching. Then why would you write your own content about you by yourself? Why would you write your own resume? Why would you get it reviewed by your buddies who've never hired somebody? Why would you get your business plan reviewed by somebody that's never owned a business? So when you're looking at your own personal brand and you're writing that brand story, find somebody to help you with that, just like if you were going to get that promotion or a new job, that can help you coalesce your story into something that's powerful, that's impactful. If someone came to me and I've interviewed hundreds of people in my career in the different companies I've started and sold. I've hired a bunch of people, led a lot of people, all that stuff. And let's say somebody's sitting down with me, cost $2,000 for their resume, some career advice, different things. But the job they got $20,000 more. That'd be a good deal, right? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that for your business? That doesn't mean you need a business consultant for every single month, but if you're going through a big change in what you're doing, why wouldn't you find somebody that could really help you, that has the experience you need, that can help you make even more with the talents that you have? Right? Let's say you don't have $2,000, $5,000, $10,000. There's things called books. Right? So then why wouldn't you have met someone like me, connect with me on LinkedIn and say, Don, I don't have $2,000 for a consulting fee. What books, articles, podcasts should I listen to for free? It won't cost you anything to connect with me on LinkedIn, I'm super available on social media with people that I meet because I know if I put good seed here, something good's gonna happen to me, whether it's for you or somewhere else. I'm just a believer that if I'm helpful, if I'm authentic, if I'm good, people will say good things about me. I want people to say more good things than bad. And if I put that out there, good things have come back to me. It's just been the story of my life. It's just a fact to me now. So that means if you have a question or you have a question, I'm gonna answer your question. Now, when I speak to people, it's like, I'm not gonna answer it in 12 seconds. You're not paying. But in a day or two, I usually get back to anybody that reaches out to me. Does that make sense? So I can recommend things that don't cost you, and you can kind of read and study, but you can do it in a smart way. Because the thing about Google is you'll get a lot back, but how do you know it's the right thing for you to look at? There's so much stuff out there now. There's almost too much information that it's confusing. Some people have digital, like the big dish or whatever. Some people have cable. I have cable, but I have like 700 channels. Then there's Netflix. Then there's now it's like I can watch anything, but what do I do? Same thing with business advice and what you should read or what you could read and different things like that. So I'm a big proponent of mentorship. But anyway, your personal brand is really, really important. I think you should work on it. I think you should think about the way that you portray yourself on social. And there's a lot of different ways that you can help with that. We can help with that. So as I conclude, and then we'll ask some questions. We talked about the platforms, LinkedIn, all that, and then there's the coupon code for Proposify. And I think you should try the free version for real, but that coupon code, 50%, we just want people to use it. We think it's a great tool for entrepreneurs, and it really creates, think about this. Think about if you could create a well-designed presentation without being a designer. We give you the ability to drag and drop pictures in it, boom, and it looks amazing. You can change it on the fly real time. I know I'm sales pitching it. I'm just telling you I want you to have better presentations so you can sell more of what your business is about. And it'll pay for itself, right, in a powerful way. Last thing, and then we'll open up for any questions and comments. Social media is not something to be afraid of. It's something to be embraced. Social media is not complicated. It's really pretty simple. But no matter what platform or tools you use, it really comes back to the elements of how do you gain people's attention. So what's that edge or that hook that makes you different? Creating an authentic message so that people do trust you, so they want to listen to you. Once you've had their attention, you want to engage them and listen to you. And then what are the capabilities that you have as an entrepreneur to really fulfill, right, a pressing need for the clients you're going after? The tool doesn't make you powerful. It doesn't make you money. The tool is just a conduit. Right? If something's wrong with your vehicle, I'm not a mechanic. I could have the greatest tools ever. Right? But if I don't know how to use them, I can't be effective. And so social media is one of the greatest tools ever for marketing your business at a low cost. And you can self-teach, but you can also reach out. And there's a lot of people out there that know how to do it well that we can point you to. And there's folks in our agency. The other thing that we're doing, I'll brag on Walk West for a little bit. We do really believe that everybody deserves great marketing. We've partnered with Wake Tech Community College. And we're looking at doing it with other community colleges. So if you have some locally and you're interested, let me know. We'll talk to them. But we've created a social media curriculum that we're delivering in concert with Wake Tech. And it's a 16 classes. It is a rigorous social media course. But when you leave that course as an entrepreneur, you are ready to roll. Or there's people that are taking the course that want to go through a career change, right? And they want to get into the social media space, which is also very good and smart, that I think for a lot of people, because there's a lot of jobs and opportunity in that space. We believe that by teaching other people how to win, we're going to raise the authentic brand of Walk West. The reason that I'm here today is because we think throughout the state of North Carolina, if we put a little bit of good in each one of the counties, we're going to find people that are talking about us and call us, and we're going to do some great business. And so we're doing that as a starter with Wake Tech. We had 12 people in the first class, and we really didn't market it until 2 weeks before the class. We really didn't even, it's just a test class. And we have over 50 people on a waiting list for the summer class. And we're really excited about doing it and providing that teaching. And then the next thing that we'll do is we'll take that curriculum and then we're going to make that social media education available online. And again, there's a lot of online courses about social media and different things, but we're in the trenches and we're really trying to provide actionable content that people can use. And that doesn't mean other courses are bad, but we think we can do it better. And we think we can do it in a way that really gives people business value. And so we're taking what we're learning from the Lenovos of the world, the Toshibas of the world, the NC States of the world as our clients, right, that are paying us a pretty competitive rate to do great work for them. Think about this. There's many people that can do video production. We're proud at Walk West because we did a video campaign for the Velcro brand, and we got 10 million downloads, 10 million views of that video. We're about using social to get business results for our clients, not just using social. And so if we take those learnings and then we package that for the individual, what's going to happen for us is now people in different companies are going to be looking for somebody to do your website, somebody to do your SEO, somebody to do X, Y, Z. And there's somebody's going to say, hey, who should we look at? What agency? And you're like, well, I don't know, but this guy's at Walk West. That's who taught me. And you hired me and think I'm pretty good. Like, they're pretty smart. And we at least get a seat at the table. And then the more you guys are better marketers, the better the economy is here. It's a very, very cool thing, right? One of the last thing, I just came off the Board of Science, Technology, and Innovation for the state of North Carolina. It was appointed by the governor of North Carolina. And I served on this board for about 4 years. And just my schedule just got amazingly crazy and I had to drop off that. But one of the things that they do is they're in the fight for small businesses and for growing entrepreneurship throughout the state. And I think that most of the times when we look at who are the largest employers in our state, we think a lot about the Ciscos of the world and the Red Hats of the world and big companies and big names. But really, it's the entrepreneur that has 5 people on their payroll, right, that really drives the engine of our country and our state. And I'm proud to be a part of that as an entrepreneur, and I'm proud to support that. And so if I can be of help to you guys post this meeting, if I can be a blessing to your business, reach out to me on the social channels. I think I've got the last slide with my contact information. So you can go to my website and or catch me on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to help. Best I can in different things because we really believe in that. There's also on my website 2 ebooks that I just wrote that I think could be helpful. One is on diversity and inclusion. I think that's a big topic now, and I've lived it in my life as an entrepreneur, and so I have a perspective. And part of the book is not just about what companies should and could do. Part of the book is really about advice for people that are a part of an underserved community. What should you do? What's the personal responsibility that you have? Right? How do you make your way in a world that's not prepared for you yet? And I think it's a two-way street anytime you're trying to make change. I don't think it's just what somebody should do for me or treat me different. How should I behave? How do I change my performance? How do I grow as a business leader? So I'm a beacon of light, not just the different person in the room, right? I'm a leader amongst many. And then All Hats on Deck is a decision-making process that I think is great for entrepreneurs. I won't go into that, but it's a framework that I use to be able to make high-quality decisions with pace. And both of those are available for free on my website. Been very fortunate, make money doing a lot of things. And so as I get a little bit older, I'm getting a little bit more focused on some of my give back responsibilities. And it's pretty serious to me, actually. I kind of have a program plan of some things that I need to do for the blessings that I've had. So with that, I know I've rambled a little bit, but I hope that it was helpful. And I'll turn it over for questions.
So when do you think the 16-week course will be online?
That's a very, very good question. So I would say in the summer. And so if you keep up with us, and the reason that I paused is we have,
Keep up with you?
LinkedIn is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, and connect on LinkedIn because once we launch it, I'm certainly going to push that out on my social media channels. So if we're connected, you'll be able to hear about the course. We're partnering with NC State University, and we actually have a PhD instructional designer that's on staff with us, and she's helping us take the on-site course and the best way to put it online. Because online learning is a little bit different, and you got to have different quizzes and different hooks, and so we want to make sure that it's really good, not just a scripted version of what we did in the classroom, because there's some different ways you have to do online learning that we're doing. But I would say in the summer, but we'll promote that on social. It's a great question, thank you. Sir, in the back.
You keep mentioning LinkedIn, which I'm all for. How important are like buzzwords, or you call them tag words, like in your profile on LinkedIn? Say for example, just one example, like I want to track food trucks. How important would it be for me to add that kind of
It's a great, yeah, that's, all right, so that's both in social and then when you look at your website, blogs that you write, everything on the internet is about searching and finding, okay? You search for answers, how do you do something? You want people to find you in your business. So you've got to seed your content with words that are relevant for the searches that people are going to use to find you. So if you have a food truck, right, you want to definitely have that in your bio. You want to definitely have that peppered in blogs that you write. And that's a concept of search engine optimization and different things like that. But keeping it at a high level, you're exactly right. You've got to think about the way people would think about your business. And you would say food truck, let's say it's a Cajun food truck, right? Cajun food trucks rock, right? The algorithms in Google are pretty good, but you got to have those things in there and peppered throughout all of your talk. And so it's a great question. Not just a good one, a great one. I missed that. I need to add that. Ma'am, in the back?
I'm interested in your thoughts on, you talk about gaining and driving influence and presenting as world class. But as small business owner, again, we don't necessarily have an online presence. So what is your take on building the presence via bot or versus organic?
Yeah, okay. So I want to explain the term. She said, what is my thought on building your presence through paid, buying ads and different things, or through organic, which is people find you, right? So,
and not just buying ads, but using services that will increase my ranking, let's say on YouTube or
got it, right? So let me do paid and organic first, and then I'll come back to kind of providers. Okay. Paid search is good at a campaign level. You have a specific offering, you have an anniversary coming up, you have something that's happening to your business that is time sensitive because you want people to act in 72 hours. You have a new process coming out. Organic is how you build the foundation of your house. If you think about your house, the foundation, and you want it to last for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 100 years. Organic is around things you write. Whatever your business, you should have some kind of blog. People want to do business with experts. It doesn't matter if you're a painter, doesn't matter if you're an attorney. People want to do business with people that are experts in their field. Blogs are good. YouTube videos are good. Having a YouTube page about your business are good. These are pieces of content that you develop on your own. And then back to the gentleman's earlier point, there's ways that we can teach you, and I can give you some things to read, to where you can use language in those. It's called, do you guys understand the term, and I'll describe it, keywords? Okay. It is what it is. It's not more complicated. It's the keywords people are searching for a particular type of business. Those need to be peppered into whatever you write and distribute. Okay. Then there's another term called long tail keywords. These are phrases which are even more impactful because they more tightly to align with someone's search. For example, a long tail keyword would be digital agency in Raleigh, North Carolina. That's going to more tightly pick up Walk West than digital marketing firm Stop. Does that make sense? It's tighter. The other thing that's cool is Google, simple, there's a keyword generator. There's things within the platform that'll help you, and you tell it the kind of business that you're in, and it will give you different advice on keywords. And it will then share with you how prevalent these keywords are searched for in your area.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Sure. No problem. Think about what we're talking about as keywords, right? These are the important things to put in your content, right? Food truck, right? Now, when you're looking at keywords for whatever kind of business that you're in, Google has tools that you can go in and tell basically what kind of business that you're in, and it will give you keyword suggestions. Just type in Google keyword help. Seriously, literally just Google keywords calculator, right? And you'll get some of these ideas. Again, it's not super hard. Now, the reason you would hire an agency or an outside business to help you and your ranking is we're going to do everything that I'm describing to the nth degree. And we're going to A/B test everything that we're doing for hours and hours. So if you say you have $5,000 a month to spend on ads, you want to know that every nickel you spend on ads is perfectly targeted. So then we're, as an agency, going to go through all of the content on your website, all the content on your social, and we're going to create programmatically the best types of ads for performance for your business. It's like, I know this is a bad example because I don't have hair anymore, but I used to go to the barbershop, okay? Believe it or not, I used to go to the barbershop. And then from time to time, I would get this idea that I would cut my own hair. One worked better than the other. I still got a haircut. And then sometimes I'd end up right back in the barbershop. And then the barber was like, hey, come on, man. He tried to do what he did. And then you would be the butt of jokes in the barbershop for that thing you saw on TV and tried to do. So depending on the size of your business and what you're trying to accomplish with your ranking, hiring a professional service is a good thing. If anybody says they're going to guarantee you to be on the first page, I don't want to say lie, but you should probably call me. I don't want to say they're robbing you. I say you should probably call me. It takes work to move up in the rankings, and it's a balance of paid and social.